Imagine you're out at a crowded restaurant with your friend group, and out of nowhere, one of them starts treating the waiter like absolute garbage, throwing a tantrum over a wrong drink order. Everyone else at the table laughs it off, or joins in on the complaining. But you feel this physical wave of second-hand embarrassment hitting you, and you literally have to resist the urge to slide under the booth. If you were in that exact situation, would you speak up and kill the vibe, or would you just sit there in agonizing silence, realizing you don't belong with these people anymore? That exact feeling, that sudden, uncomfortable realization that you are mentally living in a completely different universe than the people you share a table with, is what we need to talk about today. Psychological maturity isn't about hitting a specific age or getting a degree. It's about a silent shift in your brain that makes you outgrow the chaos everyone else is still addicted to. If you've been feeling a weird, lonely distance between yourself and your inner circle lately, let's look at the actual signs that prove you aren't crazy, you're just miles ahead of them. Let's start with sign number 1, which is all about what happens when someone tries to drag you into a screaming match. Picture this: a coworker or a family member says something completely passive-aggressive, clearly trying to bait you into an argument. Your old self would have snapped back instantly with a savage reply, right? But now, you just look at them, blink, and literally say nothing. You just let them sit in their own awkward energy. The people around you might think you're being passive, or that you lost the argument, but psychologically, you've actually won. You've realized that your peace of mind is an expensive luxury, and you're simply refusing to spend it on someone else's temper tantrum. When you start choosing silence over the exhausting need to prove you're right, that's your first major clue. Moving on to sign number 2. And this one involves a massive change in your phone's notification screen. Think about your group chats. Remember when having a massive squad and a constantly buzzing phone was the ultimate flex? But lately, you've probably noticed how much of that group energy is just fueled by petty gossip, low-key hating, and fake compliments. So, what did you do? You muted the chats. You stopped showing up to events that drain your battery. Your old friends might even call you distant or claim you've changed. And honestly, tell them they're right. You haven't become a hermit. You've just realized that one genuine, deep friendship where you can actually talk about real life is worth more than 50 superficial connections who only know your surface level self. That brings us directly to sign number 3, which completely flips the way you view success. Watch the people around you for a second. So much of their daily anxiety comes from trying to impress people they don't even like. They're buying things they can't afford, posting every single meal on their story, and living entirely for the applause of a digital crowd. But if you've matured, your definition of a good life looks totally different now. You start finding yourself flexing things that can't even be photographed, like a solid night of sleep, a completely drama-free weekend, or just having a savings account that gives you peace of mind. When you see people bragging online, you don't feel that bitter jealousy anymore. You just feel a quiet sense of relief that you're no longer running in that exhausting, endless race. Now for sign number 4, which is a bit of a reality check. It is so incredibly comforting to play the victim. We all know people who blame the economy, their ex, their parents, or the weather for why their life is stuck in reverse. And look, life throws some genuinely terrible cards at us. But the moment you hit true maturity, you accept a very brutal, liberating truth. Even if a situation isn't your fault, your healing is entirely your responsibility. While your friends are sitting around complaining about how unfair everything is, you're the one quietly asking yourself, okay, this sucks, but what am I going to do about it today? You stop waiting for a magical apology or a savior, and you become your own rescue team. Sign number 5 is a massive shift in how you look at other people's flaws. When we're emotionally immature, we judge everyone. We get irritated by people's insecurities, we mock their bad choices, and we expect them to think exactly like us. But as you outgrow that mindset, you develop this weird, quiet empathy. When someone snaps at you or acts out, instead of taking it personally and getting furious, You see right through it. You realize they are just a messy, unhealed person reacting out of their own hidden pain. You don't let them walk over you, but you stop carrying the anger. You start forgiving people simply because you know that holding a grudge is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to drop dead. Which leads us to sign number 6. And it's the way you treat your circle when they fail. When a friend makes a massive mistake, immature groups love to jump on them, gossip behind their back, or use it to feel superior. But if you are the mature one, you become the safe harbor. You're the person who doesn't judge, who doesn't say, "I told you so," and who actually helps them pick up the pieces. You notice that people start coming to you for advice or just to vent, because they can subconsciously feel that your energy is grounded and safe, unlike the chaotic, judgmental vibe of everyone else in their lives. Finally, sign number 7 is the ultimate test, and it happens when the lights go out and the room goes completely quiet. Most people are absolutely terrified of being alone. They need a podcast playing while they shower, a TV show on in the background while they eat, and an endless social media scroll before bed, just to drown out their own mind. They can't stand the silence. But if you've truly grown up, you've learned to love your own company. Your alone time isn't lonely, it's peaceful. You don't need a million distractions because you are finally at peace with the person staring back at you in the mirror. Feeling like you've outgrown your environment can make you feel like a total alien, and there will be nights where you genuinely wonder if there's something wrong with you for wanting a deeper, quieter life. But you aren't broken. You are just evolving into the person you're supposed to be. If this conversation hit close to home, and you want to be part of a space where we talk about the real, unfiltered truths of psychology and life, without any of the fake fluff, please take a second to subscribe and join us. Let's figure out this crazy journey together. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and please take care of yourself.